Yes, I do. Yeah, please.
Lois disappeared. Oh, there she is. Hey, Lois. You disappeared on me.
Oh, is everybody all right?
Yeah.
Have we got anybody in the chat? We've got 2 people in the chat at the moment.
Yeah,
If you want to do what you normally do that thing there in the chat, and then we'll know you are. You can see us, you can hear us. I'm 6 people. That's great. Hello, everybody in the chat. So, all 6 of you, that's 7 of you. That's good. All they're going up. Record numbers.
There's Jamie.
Oh, don't worry, buddy.
Yeah, it's okay.
You're all right.
Oh, hang on.
Hi, Irene.
Hi, Irene.
Oh, I hope you get better soon, Irene.
Oh, bless you.
Hi, Jacqueline.
Hi, Jacqueline.
Kathleen.
Hello, William.
William.
Oh.
All the nice people there.
Yeah, I know, right?
All the nice people there. Good.
Yeah.
Well, you want to get into does pure unity really exist, or
who wants to start?
Who'd like to
I'll-
start?
I think
I'll
it
go if
exists
you want.
at a point,
I'll
but-
start.
Okay,
I
you
don't think
start.
it does.
Huh?
I don't think it does.
All right. I think it does to a point.
I think it's a nice idea, and in an ideal world, if everything was equal, then yes, it would be something that's good. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying that there aren't a lot of people out there that are good within the paranormal field. There's a hell of a lot of people, probably more people that are decent than there are
Right.
the other flip side of the coin. But hi, Brian. But hello, Rita. But there are a lot of people out there that kind of they ruin the mix. I think it's a few bad nuts, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think it's those bad nuts that do all sorts of damage within the framework of the paranormal. And I think, like you say, like Eric was saying, I believe there is, but I believe it's in very tiny units, very small groups of people
Very small.
that work together, stick together, and do that. Overall, I think when it becomes, well, there's a saying, is the familiarity breeds contempt, and I think it does within the paranormal. So anyway, that's what I think.
Right, I did a thing today, guys. A thing in preparation for tonight, and I looked up the word paraunity in the dictionary.
Oh yeah.
And guess what? In the British Oxford Dictionary and the Cambridge Dictionary, it does not exist. That word is not in the dictionary. So it's something that's bandied about that doesn't actually.
It's just a made-up concept, isn't it? It's just an idea, isn't it? People working close proximity together and getting along well, and that, and it doesn't. I've not. I'll be honest with you. Overall, I've not seen that much evidence of it.
And I've put it in the world, put it into Google to see if it come up in any dictionary, and that word did not come up. So there is no definition for paraunity, no matter how you spell it. Para-unity, paraunity, one word. All of that, it does not exist. So I thought that was a point that I wanted to make.
Actually, quite like it. I would have to disagree with you guys to some extent, and the only why I'm saying I disagree with you is I agree with you in the sense that there is people out there that doesn't know the meaning of paraunity, but then you've got to look at us four. You've got to look at other people that we interact with, like
that's
the
right.
small couple that we have.
Yeah, in small it's fine, but overall, as a great big paranormal loving family, you never get that. You never. I don't think you are.
And you've got to look at
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, love.
No, you go.
Well,
You go.
as a group, you have, if anybody wants to find out anything, you have to bring all your information together and share it. It's the only way that anything's going to ever work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good point, because I've done some more research this afternoon. I've been a busy girl. And people know what I think about Paraunity, but I have got two people here that talk about Paraunity, and the first one I want to read to you. It's just a little passage, so bear with me on this. It's not my words. The first one is from Chris Howley, taken from his website. So those of you that know who Chris Howley is, he runs the ghost hunts at Woodchester Mansion. He was also in Ghost Chasers, and he was one of the tech guys in Ghost Chasers.
Nice guy, isn't he?
And he is quite active within the field of ghost hunting and research. And this is what Chris Howley says on his website. So what is Paraunity? It's supposed to be the bringing together of paranormal teams, investigators, and all people with an interest in the paranormal. Basically, bringing together of paranormal teams, investigators, scientists, parapsychologists, etc., to share ideas, methodology, and help to promote each other. It sounds simple in theory, but in practice, I don't think it's achievable. Well, not for everyone. I have met and worked with many groups who do not fit under the above definition, but work well together, united in the same cause to investigate the paranormal. Where the problem lies, I feel, is with the individuals who take it upon themselves to be self-appointed experts in the field rather than get out and do the job. And they tend to troll the work of others on social media and take a moral high ground to belittle their efforts, and more often than not in a vile and bullying manner. There seems to be too many people out there in the paranormal community who get more pleasure out of starting fights than looking for ghosts. Why do people feel the need to troll and cause trouble, jealousy, evil, envy, or self-importance? I don't know. But it doesn't help the cause. If anything, they're just hindering the possibility of progressing in the field of study. I think the biggest problem we have against Paraunity is the vast range of belief systems out in the field. I've already blogged about this in my posts, Skeptic or Cynic and Do Ghosts Exist? At the front end, we have the believer who believes everything is paranormal, and at the back end, the cynic who goes out to debunk everything. Bringing these two extremes together, we already have a combustible mix for argument made even easier by the constant backbiting as witnessed at an increasing rate on the likes of Twitter and Facebook. Paraunity for me basically means we should all get on regardless of what our opinions are. It should work in theory if you post evidence, ask for opinions. If the response is against your own belief but presented politely and objectively, then use it to learn from. However, if trolled and you get the baited slagging off from a keyboard warrior looking for a fight, don't rise to it. There is a block button on social media after all. Now, his favourite internet quote. There are opinionated people out there with a belief completely different to your own. And when you acknowledge that, you can move forward. I have learned quickly that the more exposure you as an individual or group get, the more prone to trolling you become. And that is Chris Howley's take on Paraunity.
Did you have another one you say, Viv?
I do have another one. I do have another one.
Worth listening to.
So
I agree with him.
Well, I had one more, and I think this woman, I don't know who she is. I've stumbled across her by complete accident. I got quite excited when I read hers. And she doesn't hold back where Chris has. Chris has been quite polite. But what I want to make there is Chris makes some really good points that it's okay to have different beliefs. It's how you put yourself forward and how you're conversing with people. which we've seen recently.
But the thing is, at the end of the day, you've got these self-appointed experts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's be honest, none of us really know the reality of the truth beyond what we're trying to discover. We're all in the dark, putting our fingers forward, stepping into the darkness and looking for answers. But the problem is that if somebody's got a different opinion than you, it automatically becomes a battleground. Rather than thinking, you know what, maybe I can learn from this. Maybe I can take something from this. Or maybe, the thing is to look upon it with the idea that this is my idea, my theory, but I might not be right. Probably I'm not.
Beverly just said something that's really poignant. She says, "Parenting did used to be great, but unfortunately, there are too many experts who actually know nothing."
Mhm.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, it's you know what it's like. You fall out with one person online, and if they're close to a group of other people, automatically it's kangaroo court. They'd hang you from the highest beam. Because all they do, they all pile on, and they've got any idea about the truth of the reality behind what's happening, and then it becomes nasty, and that's put me off of it for a long, long time.
Wayne?
I think what gets me the most is that they don't just stay at the paranormal level. They don't stay at the paranormal level, and I don't care if I don't get liked for this comment, but they don't stay at the paranormal level. It goes personal, and then it goes beyond personal, because your personal life is getting affected.
Yeah.
People just can't leave things at paranormal, right? They can't leave it at, you're a rubbish investigator. It's got to be.
Do you think it gets personal? Do you think it gets personal though, Lo? Because people that are on Facebook and going out investigating and doing that, you're allowing it by posting about your kids, by posting about this, that, and the other. There's got to be a divide. You've got to learn where to cut off. Where if you don't put, like, I don't post about, for example, I wouldn't post about my son. I've got 3. Right, and let's just take my youngest. I wouldn't keep posting about my son, because my personal life outside of what I do paranormal wise has got nothing to do with the public. My friends might see posts that I put up that my friends only are allowed to see. Like I have a separate Facebook thing that my friends see. But when it comes to personal things, I don't ever mix the two together. And I think this is where there's a clear divide where
I don't know if I agree with that, Viv, because I think it's the same answer. If a girl walks down the road with no clothes on, it still doesn't give you the right to do anything to her. Do you know what I mean?
True.
It's the same if you put things on Facebook. It's your private
and
Facebook.
Why?
You should be able to put up there what you want without people. I don't mind. Flag me off all you want, have a go at me all you want. That's fine.
Tony?
But I've been on the receiving end where people brought my kids into it.
Yeah.
And it's like,
wrong.
They've done nothing to you,
Yeah.
And I will find that person, and I will fucking smash their face in. Make no mistake about that.
No, but why should you hide your life, right? Why should somebody hide them getting married? Why should somebody hide their kids having a great day at school? Why should we hide behind, the worry? What if somebody goes onto my Facebook and does this, does that? We shouldn't live like this.
Yeah,
we shouldn't live like that.
No, I agree.
And it should be the point of, see if you can't find anything in somebody in the paranormal, don't dare go into their private life.
Yeah. And
start trying to find something. What gives somebody the right to phone MD's work up? What gives with pictures to take pictures off of folks' Facebooks of their family? It's personal.
Can I just say, when friends fall out, and I'm talking about good friends, and I've seen this, not even in paranormal, but when good friends fall out, they're close like that, as close as close can be, and when they fall out, they post something. It's their page to post what you want, and then the world and his wife will get involved, and it'll become a witch hunt, and they don't know. They don't know what's gone on. They don't know the full ins and outs. Like Michael could have had an affair with John's wife and just run off with her and left John with the kids and a 6-month-old baby, you know. But they don't see the other side of it. They just see John having a go at Michael having a go at John. And so they'll be, do you know what I mean? And it becomes keyboard warriors. And I think that's the worst thing in the world is keyboard warriors and people getting involved. I mean, people do it. It's human nature. They want to be nosy. I want to be nosy. Do you know what I mean?
I can imagine you have Dan's talking about me, but you've never discovered me, so you're like, I'll go and look on her profile, see the comment. You know, as it's just human nature to be nosy, but where does there come a line in unit or paranormal where enough is enough? When is beyond the beyond?
I think as well, like people's mentality, because you're getting people from all walks of life. So you're getting people from the likes of, and I'm going to use Cal Cooper as an example. Cal Cooper is an educated man who knows how to express himself, who knows how to talk about the field and to other people, even if they're in the wrong. He uses choice words and he's a very good communicator. And then you'll have Billy from down the road, effing and jeffing. I don't think that's right. You're talking a load of bollocks. And see, there's a big difference between the two. And I think that's where people's backs get up, because Billy's not expressing himself in the way that Cal would. Do you know what I mean?
No.
No.
Another thing I've noticed as well is that, and I'm not in any shape or form including everybody in this, because there are a vast amount of people that aren't like this and are for Para-Unity and try and do their best to get Para-Unity going and strengthen their elbows. Bless them. You know, they're trying to do what's right. They're trying to do the best.
Can't knock them.
No. And there's a lot of people out there that, you know, I do. But it seems a lot of ones that shout from the rooftops about Para-Unity are also the self-same ones that try and destroy other people online. There's a particular page, particular group that I must be in it because it's popping up on my thing. And they've been somebody who I think they think they can glean something from them. I think they can get something from this team. So they're all in favour of this team, saying how great they are, they're this, they're that, which they are. They are a great team. But then by the same token, they're slagging off everybody else, all and sundry. And it gets to proper bitch fest. It's nothing to do with paranormal. It just becomes a slate fest, nasty and coarse. And there's no need for it. And I think that's why Para-Unity, it won't work, I don't think. Of course I'd like it to work. I just don't think it can.
Do you want me to read this out by this lady that I found?
Yeah.
And her name is Hayley Stevens, and she wrote this in 2015. Wow. So think about
Stopping back a bit.
It is. She says, Para-Unity. It's all that a lot of ghost hunters go on about these days, and it gives me a headache because on the surface, it's presented as a movement to bond the diverse people involved in paranormal research. But underneath the happy surface lurks something that's not so pleasant. If Para-Unity was just about getting on with one another, I could probably get behind it. But more often than not, I see Para-Unity requested at a cost.
Agreed.
Those who promote Para-Unity want mutual respect for all of those involved in paranormal research in one way or another. But not everybody involved in paranormal research is deserving of respect. No, we are not. If you use bad methodology, then your methodology isn't worthy of respect. If you are unethical in your research, then it isn't worthy of respect. And if you use pseudoscience or make outright nonsense claims in your research, then that isn't worthy of respect. You do not gain the respect of somebody else simply because you're sharing something in common with them. And it's all too often I see paranormal researchers acting as though they shouldn't have to deal with any criticism or questioning because we're all in this together. No, we are not all in this together. And to pretend that camaraderie and somehow absolves you of the responsibility for your actions, and your claims is a weak position to take. So many paranormal researchers hunt for evidence that ghosts are real, and I think that that's a completely flawed methodology. I'm not your ally because we're both interested in ghosts. As harsh as that may sound, it's the truth. It's great to work together with paranormal researchers and to share resources and information, but you are only lying to yourself if you think that mutual respect dissolves your responsibility to back up the claims you make with evidence. Believing in different things is absolutely fine, as long as you're willing to accept that there are those who will disagree with you and are going to counter your points or challenge your claims. If something you claim to be true is not true, it's not okay to just say, well, that's how I do it and that's what I think, and I believe in para-unity, so we should respect one another's decisions. There's a big difference between having the right to believe in different things and having the right to have your beliefs go unchallenged. As an atheist, I see too much crossover between those who use para-unity as a tool that enables them not to listen to criticism, and those who censor atheists and critics of religion. Sure, nobody has hacked a skeptic to death because they've challenged their belief in ghosts, but there are similarities in the other concerning ways. In the last few years, there have been a concerning number of incidents of censorship in British universities of atheists who criticised or mocked religion because religious students felt as though they were entitled not to have the things they believe in criticised. The para-unity folks also remind me of somewhat of those students who sat there with their fingers in their ears or walked out of a lecture by Susan Blackmore in Oxford rather than listening to her thoughts. But what irks me most is that instead of conflicting with their critics, who protest outspoken atheists do, the folks who promote para-unity pretend to be your ally. And there's something I've learned very quickly in this world, is that anyone who will do anything to stop you questioning their claims is not an ally.
No.
You do not need to create a special term for respecting other people, regardless of what they believe. Para-unity serves only those within paranormal research fields who seek to go unchallenged, and that's just not cool.
See, I think some of it I agree with and some of it I don't. I think the way that she's come across there is she's come across like and I'm just saying it, being an atheist is fine. You don't believe in God, that's fine. That's your perspective, that's absolutely fine. You're entitled to that belief, right? Somebody else does, they're entitled to that belief. But it sounds like she wants everybody else to put their weapons down while she declares that atheism is the main course to take. It's like, well, no, we've got to criticise you, but you can't criticise me. That's what it comes across as.
Yeah.
No, we're right because we're atheists, so you can't really, if you have a go at our opinion, then you're out of order, but we can pull yours apart. And that's the way that comes across, to be honest.
Do you know, I'm so glad you said it, Dan.
Sorry, Viv. Lo?
I'm so glad that you said that, because I was sitting there thinking to myself as I read that, I said, this is a bit one-sided, the one-sided point.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a good ideology. I like it, and I like the other story as well, and it was good to see, like, the comparison of 1 and 2. Like, it was good to see the way. Do you know what? I said this last night. The biggest, the biggest respect I've got is for Barry Frankish, and he's proud to be paranormal. Because you can see Barry trying so hard to try and bring some sort of peace to the paranormal.
But then that's never gonna work, because I have seen, and these are people that I know, and I'm not going to mention any names because it's not fair, and I won't do that to them. But I have seen people within certain groups that will not let an outsider in because they've got their own little clique going on, but then want to shout this word para-unity from the rooftops, but in the next breath, they're slagging somebody off.
Yeah.
Just because they've posted a picture. And I'm sorry, that is not para-unity. Barry Frankish, I agree, has done a very good job.
He has.
But he's no angel.
Right.
Nobody is. We've all done something. We got something somewhere in the past where we're guilty of, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I was a bit of a bitch for doing that, or Dan was a bastard for doing that. You shouldn't have done that, Dan.
No, it's true though. It's true. We've all stepped.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
We've all been there, and it's okay to talk about things within your own little clique off of social media. You're only human at the end of the day.
Yes.
You know. But what I'm not okay with is it's because somebody has a point of view which is different to your own. You get slagged off, you get stalked, you get threatened. People's addresses are being put on social media because of this particular clique. People sent round to a place with knives. To the point where somebody wants to hang themselves. And I'm sorry, that's not para-unity, that's bullying.
Yep.
I don't care who you are. You know, if my kids had done that, I would have slapped them around the house like there was no tomorrow. You know, you do not treat people like that.
Yeah.
But I just feel that, and I think it was William Southey had made a comment about people are going into this thinking they're going to get fame and fortune.
Nope.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
You know, if you think that's what you want to do and that's a pathway that's going to get you there, well, good luck to you, and I wish you all the best. If you find a way, let me know, because I'll have a go at it. But it's not going to happen. You can have para-unity in small pockets.
Yep.
That is a given. You can. I've worked with some really amazing people, and there's been para-unity that's been shown there. But it's just a small clique of friends that get together and have a good time. It's not para-unity. It's friends. Friends and friendship. Yeah. That's what it is.
See, I should define my version of para-unity. My version of para-unity is, this is what I found in the archives. This is what I got as doing a study on a place. What did you guys get? You know, do you have anything similar, different? Yeah. Should I look for something different? Am I doing something, not communicating with the right people? You know, stuff like that. Not trying to be your friend. I just want to know what you got. You know?
I'll be honest with you, and I'm sure Viv, you've been around a long time. You've been doing this a long time. And I think that the paranormal overall has changed completely out of recognition to what it used to be.
Yeah.
Absolutely not the same thing it used to be. It's not the same field. Yeah. It's not the same, you know, the level of devotion to the work and the effort that people put in. It's not the same now. You know, don't get me wrong. If you want to turn up with a camera and a voice recorder, absolutely fine. But things like, and I keep going over it, I know, but things like baseline checks and continual readings of going through the evening and data loggers and stuff like that, they were common practice. They're not anymore. Hi, Ben. You know, and I think it's the poorer for it. It's the poorer for it.
Do you think a lot of it, and Lois, question for you, do you think a lot of it where there's big fallouts and things amongst people is the belief systems? Now, I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about the belief systems and the level of, I won't even call it understanding, lack of education, just wanting to go out and have the quick fix, and because they've done it a few times, they think they're an expert. Do you think that that's caused a lot of it?
I would definitely say so. I would definitely say, and speaking from personal experience and just observation, you know, as I said, you know, I'm a down-to-earth person. I'm a really down-to-earth person. Everybody that knows me will tell you that I'm down-to-earth, right? And I come in with the greatest intentions. I really, really do. They might be wrong, but I do try, right? But I've seen people come in with the same thing and they say,
Perfect.
I'll
Beverly.
always stay humble.
Perfect.
And then they want bigger, and then they want bigger, and then they want bigger until they're far over their head.
Yeah.
And I do believe that I couldn't. I mean, I've been in teams before where they've wanted different things from what I've wanted, and I've always left in good terms, you know.
Yeah.
And it's sad to see, really, when you think people have went for being that way. I'll never ever want more, and they do end up wanting more, and then it crashes, and it's always sad to see. It really is always sad to see.
Kate Frassi, and I apologise if I pronounced your name wrong, Kate. She says, and I'm going to read this out because it's interesting. Once you're at a certain level of popularity on YouTube as an investigator, it all starts the hate, the comparisons, the death threats, the addresses, the bullying, the hate post, as well as the physical post and messages. I can't even imagine how hard it is. There is so much hate online. I really don't understand what brings people to thrive on it. It's so easy to post what you're thinking, and then I feel people are not in touch with the reality of what words and actions do to an individual. That is so true. The last sentence, very sadly, Virginia's belief is under it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah, I do think para-unity exists, but it's in small cliques, and we mustn't get contrite with the word para-unity, because as a complete movement within the paranormal, it just does not exist. It will never exist.
No.
I think the bullying has become more popular, and they use that word para-unity to cover themselves for bullying, and it's not right in any way, shape, or form. Definitely not.
Even with people that you consider to be close friends, sometimes that goes tits up, doesn't it? Sometimes for no particular reason, you can be fine with some. To give people an idea, it was years and years and years ago, I was close to certain people, and I don't know what happened. Did an investigation. The next day, this person wouldn't talk to me. I have no idea why. I tried to find out exactly what was going on, what the situation was. I couldn't find out. And then the people that were that person's friends, his friends, the people that were his friends then decided to cut me loose and badmouth me on Facebook. And it's like, well, A, if I've done something wrong, tell me so I can rectify and apologise. Don't just become malicious. And B, I have no idea what I've done. And it's still, and that still knocks me to today, because it's like, if you've got a problem with somebody, go to them privately before you start spreading vitriol and nastiness, and say to them, I think this is the situation. But people don't. They seem to want to just air it on Facebook.
Yeah.
I
think the word para-unity is just it's the word para-unity. It's just a poor choice of words banded about.
Yeah.
I think that is what the issue is. And when people hear the word para-unity, it makes people go, ugh.
Yeah, I think most of it should be changed to parasites.
Well, like me and Dan's difference of what's going on, with reality. I agree with Dan on some of it and don't on some of it, but I'm not going to have a problem with him because of it.
No, exactly. It's got very. I'll tell you what. It's not just. It is the paranormal. It's like a microcosm of what's going on, but it also seems like globally people are not as
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's a horror film, isn't it, Rob?
I think so. Might be.
Paracetamol.
That's what it should be.
Well,
what's now?
She fell off a chair.
What happened there?
That this goddamn tablet is doing my head and it won't sit still.
We thought you fell off the chair then,
That's what it was. I didn't want to embarrass myself, but
Oh dear.
I don't know.
Oh, that is fun.
But overall, most people are decent and nice.
I think
I
so.
don't
yeah.
think we should, most people are okay and they're nice. It's like anything, isn't it? It's like,
Oh, God.
I think overall most people are nice, and when you first
Yeah,
meet people,
yeah.
you don't know them,
No.
and so
No.
you treat people with a bit of respect. That you treat them the way you want to be treated.
Right.
You know, I'll think of a new name for Barry Unity. And I think that's where a lot of people sort of seem to lose the plot, because they're in the paranormal. They think it gives them the right to become this monster. Just treat people nice. Just jumping on the floor.
Can't help it.
She's having a dance, little disco
She's
in
the
her
only
room.
one I know that can jump off the floor.
You want to be my gang? Yeah, sure. Right, we'll be your gang.
That is what it basically amounts to. Is like gang.
Right.
It's like the people got that herd immunity, that herd.
Yeah.
And they'll gravitate to certain groups.
Tribal, isn't it?
Others. Yeah.
It's tribal, yeah. It's tribal. It's amazing, isn't it? People like that.
But some people are too scared to try something different. They're too scared to, I don't know. For an example, Dan might be scared if I find this group that's just all girls and he's the only boy, and he might be too scared to go because of what the girls will say and do to him.
But I would give it a good go.
But it's all a mental thing.
Yeah.
All in
But
Dan's head.
that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, I don't know. It's a weird. It's an odd field, isn't it?
It
been
is
some
odd.
weird bastards in this field.
Oh.
Do you think? What do you think, Flo? Is it odd? Do you think it's an odd field?
It can be. There's a few peculiar people out there.
Oh, you should do, William.
No mentioning any names at Dan
I'd like
Winter.
to see it.
Yeah. No, I second that, Lo.
Well, that's me, isn't it? I've heard it.
Rob says, I like it when they say this is a dangerous place, or we see something evil or terrifying.
Oh, I love it.
Or,
I love it.
The devil lives here.
Oh,
I'm peculiar.
Yeah.
Like the nutters. Oh dear, talking about nutters. My colleague says this morning on the way into work, and she saw a man of a coloured appearance holding a bag, carrier bag, and a hoodie in a little jacket, pouring down with rain in the middle of a bypass, and then just turned and looked at the cars and ran right the way down the middle of the road.
blimey. What, in the middle of during the day? What, in the morning?
Yeah, morning rush hour.
Oh, wow.
I said to her, did you not stop to help him? She went, no, I didn't. That's not very charitable of you.
No.
She said, I don't know. He could be
Hi,
anybody.
Roger.
So, yeah. So I think there's those, and I'm going to say that with inverted commas, nutcases everywhere in all walks of life, not just paranormal.
There
You'll
are.
get them in the Bigfoot community. You'll get them UFO community.
You get them at work.
You get them at work.
Everywhere. You can't get away from them. Can't get away from them.
Get them in the supermarket.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Oh, bless you, Sarah.
Oh, Sarah, I wish I could go with you. I'd hold your hand. I'd be there for you. Oh, bless you. It's just like, like things like this when your friends are so far away.
Yeah, it's when you need, people around you. What a shot. Oh, bless you, Sarah.
Sarah,
Oh.
hold your head up high. Take a rag with you to squeeze.
Yeah, that's
You
quite good
know,
actually, isn't it? That's really
or
quite-
a stress ball, or well, no, stress ball you'll throw. You might throw it at someone.
I can see Doctor knocked out.
Bri, you're nutty but nice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, please don't start these two off. I had it Friday night. Please
What'd you have
don't
Friday
even
night?
go. Oh, Annette
Brian.
and Bri all over the top of each other.
Ooh.
Please don't set them off.
Ooh, Nettie and
Brian
Brian.
and Nettie sitting in the tree. KISSING.
And then he needs a spanking.
Oh dear.
Oh,
So, Eric, is it time for the jar of doom?
Jonathan.
Jar
Andy,
of doom.
Doom.
Jared Doom. Who's doing
We
it?
are,
jar-
we are all doom. Dan,
No.
Talk to you later, says Bri.
One just jumped out, so I'm going to pick that one. Like that.
go on then, pick it, pick it.
Mr. Spanking, says Robert.
oh.
ITC led investigations.
You doing what, buddy?
ITC, I don't know what ITC even means.
ITC
Yeah, led
investigations.
Yeah.
What's it
It's
called?
gotta be.
It's-
Oh, you know, ITC is your your apps. on
Ghost
your phone.
boxes and like obelisks and stuff, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
Spirit
inter-
boxes and
telecommunica- Yeah, I can't
box.
remember the word for it.
is it instrumental transcommunication?
Yes,
Mhm.
it could be
Mhm.
that. It could very well be that.
See, I'm cleverer than I think, than I look.
You don't know if you're right though.
No, I must be. Lo, quickly, look
I
it up.
said it, therefore I'm right.
It's not you.
I know what snod means.
I see Brian just sent you a message there, Lo.
Yes, a snod.
Snod, said.
I think.
No, me, you be talking about.
I think.
you.
I
It's
I
all
think
you.
that's. I think that snog is for Annette, not for Lo.
As for Nettie.
According to Robert, he says that Annette needs a spanking.
Sarah's my mate. Sarah's
Yeah.
my best mate. She is. And Richard. Richard's one of my best mate. Dan, you've moved down to third spot.
To be honest, I don't think I ever got out of third spot, did I? I never got out of third spot. I'm all right. I'm quite happy here.
Yeah.
It means I get
Ben
the
just
hit
moved a lot, doesn't he? Like I moved him from my hero to Brian being my hero that one day, and then
left.
Because he wants to snog Nettie.
no, it was something else that he said.
Oh, right, okay. I was going to say.
Did it start with the B word? Bri's favourite word?
Yeah.
So, Eric, if Bri is your hero, Lo, who's your hero?
My hero? Oh wow. Nick Millay. He's my hero.
What about Dan?
I love
Who's
that.
your
Bryce.
hero? Who's your hero?
Harry Price.
Do you know who my hero is? I'll show you. Show you a picture. Right there.
Pikachu?
That's a Pokemon, isn't it?
Pikachu!
Pikachu.
Pika!
Best place for me, Rita. Best place for me. I like it in there.
Plenty of room.
Now, you know what goes on in the basement? Dirty people go in there.
Basement.
Dirty.
I like the American basements. They're massive, aren't they? The American basements. They're like a whole floor plan of the house.
If I had a basement in this house, you know what I'd turn it into?
Yeah.
So my basement will just have wine racks everywhere
Mhm.
and racks to put whiskey bottles and just fill it up with alcohol. Put a little disco ball in there, a TV, and one chair, like armchair. That'd be my basement.
Oh, what would I have?
You know
I'd have
what?
a cinema, a reclining chair, loads of porn and tissues.
Well, skip the phone and tissues, and I was looking at an entrance, and this place had a disco room, a theater.
I think it would be cool. The cinema would be really cool.
I know, Bev.
For
See what got put up with it.
Sorry, Beverly. Sorry.
for mine, I would have. What would I have? 4-poster bed, big TV, and Dwayne Johnston.
And a mirror on the ceiling.
And I would play nothing but the old black and white movies.
Yeah.
Because I don't like the modern rubbish they make. I love the old black and white movies. They're my favourite.
Oh dear.
I'm surprised you'll have time because your hands will be busy.
Well, that is true.
Yeah.
Oh, and I need some burn cream for my hands.
Yeah.
God's sake.
Don't use deep heat.
Fireproof gloves.
God.
And pay somebody to stand there with what they call
I know.
it, a fire extinguisher.
I know this has gone downhill
Oh, no,
very
I'm sorry,
quickly.
Beverly. I'm
Lars.
sorry.
It's paranormal porn.
It's paranormal.
They actually did do a paranormal porn, isn't there? There is one.
Oh man, I'd love to see
Idea.
that. Slutbusters. Slutbusters.
Yeah. There you go.
A shaker bed saves you moving.
Oh, you can't.
And you had to say
You put
something
money in, they massage you.
Mhm.
Oh God.
Oh wow.
So, right, let's just move this on slightly.
Exactly, Noreen.
You know, Nora, we're going to get out of the gutter now. So tomorrow night on the Simply Spooky channel, Dan and I are being joined by the fantastic Stephen Daly.
Nice lad.
He's coming on the show
Oh,
tomorrow.
I know. I've got my questions already.
He's a good lad.
I'm coming on.
And Stephen Daly is a paranormal investigator from the Fair. I was going to say the Fair Isle of Scotland, but it's not. It's joined to us. He's from Scotland, and he'll be talking about how the Scots do it, where he's been, what he's investigated, how he's done it, and just all things paranormal. Yeah, so we're looking forward to speaking to Steve Daly tomorrow. It'll be quite uplifting. Lo, what's happening Thursday?
Thursday, Friday. I'm actually going to make the advertisement tonight. But it's going to be a kind of joint one. Because Thursday, Friday is going to be quite a sad one. We had fun last week. Now it's time going to get to the nitty gritty because Thursday, Friday will be a tribute night to Cliff Jones.
Yeah.
So Thursday night, we are doing Victorian era. We're doing it from a British and an American point of view because I spoke to Nick the other night about it and that. On Friday, it will still be the second part, but I need to speak to the boys to see what angle we're taking it from on the Friday. Again, I welcome all podcasts that Cliff was part of to come and join us. Come and, share your memories. It's about uplifting because thanks very much, Sarah Louise. As I said, Cliff wasn't just a viewer, he was part of the family, and none of the viewers are just viewers,
lovely,
they're
man.
part of the family. And he has supported a lot of podcasts. So it's both teams' way to show appreciation and say thank you for his knowledge and things like that.
Bri put up a post, didn't he, about when the funeral is and where the crematorium is. Yeah, so it might be worth if you want Lo to put something up for Bri for Cliff on the Simply Spooky page because we all loved him and we all thought he was a very integral part of our Simply Spooky family, if you like. So yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
a shame.
lovely.
It's sad for me because me and him were just starting to become friends too. So
On Saturday, William Becker has Nicole Strickland on.
Yes.
And she is the queen of the Queen Mary. She's not really.
Isn't Queen Mary the Queen of Queen Mary?
I think so. But no, Nicole Strickland is a lovely lady. She's a very knowledgeable. She's a
That'd be
lovely,
interesting. That'd be good.
lovely guest. So William is on, I think, is it 10 o'clock on Saturday, UK time? And Wayne is going to do a live special on Saturday night where I'll be reading his entry into the Spooky Noreen.
Oh, that's nice. That's
So
nice,
he'll-
Wayne.
Yeah. 9 p.m. So he'll be on at 9 p.m. on Saturday, not 10.
Okay.
The clocks have changed. And the
cool.
Dark Mirror Boys will be back on Monday. And I believe they go live at 9:30 for a couple of hours or 4. Talking all things weird, wonderful, and UFO-ish.
Yep.
So yeah, we got a packed week this week. Yes.
Oh,
So yeah, if you can catch one of the shows, great, or you can watch them back on YouTube, or see or wherever you get your podcasts from. You can always go on the page and scroll until you find your show that you want to see. They're always there; they're never taken down. So it's been a great discussion tonight, guys.
Yeah.
yeah, it has. It's been all right. And nobody's been personally assassinated.
Well, Dan, what I've learned and what I've taken from tonight's show is, Dan, you have to take criticism.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Constructive.
Absolutely. Constructive criticism.
I don't have a go. He's always having a go at me. Say, Dan, stop farting. No, I've got to fart. Why do you always have a go? Because I'm sitting in the car with you, Dan. I've got
that is true.
Yeah, and you letting demons loose in the car.
Oh, yes.
I always tell him when I've done one, and he tries to kick me out of the car. Big difference.
I followed you around Shepton Mallet farting and then walking away to when you get
I believe that.
Thanks, William.
No, we do love each other, really. He doesn't
Yeah.
really do that.
Thanks, Richard. Thanks, Annette.
Bye. Bye.
Low.
Bye.
When you get to investigate with Dan, be warned. Take a gas mask.
And some Kleenex tissues by the sounds of it.
Yeah, just make sure you got some fireproof gloves.
Oh my God.
I got all those things.
I was going down the rabbit hole.
Would you have any other way?
We
No,
will
it's
catch you
pointless.
all next week when we are talking about ITC-led investigations. Nettie, I hope you're looking forward to your snog from Bry, and we need to know what it was like. So take it,
Yes.
take it easy, guys.
Watch it though, Nettie. He's a face
Bye.
sitter.